Welcome back. A student at the University of Ottawa turned an online drink and dare craze into something good. Instead of posting a video of himself drinking, Josh Stern handed out sandwiches to homeless individuals in Ottawa and posted the video online. His actions inspired a social media movement called Feed the Deed, in which people compete with each other to perform acts of kindness and charity. Has Josh Stern done a good thing? In recent times, there has been some criticism about the notion of competitive altruism. But is peer pressure to perform good deeds all that bad? Does the lack of anonymity diminish the worth of these actions? We'll be talking about Feed the Deed and public altruism now. Dr. Shabir Ali, what are your thoughts on this movement, the social media movement, posting videos online of good things that people have done to other individuals?
I think it's a positive thing in that in the past people were posting videos and will continue to post videos of negative things that they do and will continue to do. So if this medium is used for the positive act of promoting good, then we should welcome that.
Mm-hmm. What do you think of people saying, well, you know, what's this idea of competitive altruism? Why are people competing with each other to do good? Do they really have the right intentions in terms of what they're doing?
Well, the Islamic framework here is, I think, interesting in that Islam praises both the private giving and the public giving. The Quran says if you hide your charity and give it secretly, then this is best. But if you give it openly as well, this is also acceptable. And another passage of the Quran also shows that when you give in the public, whether in day or night equally or in secret or openly, then all of this is acceptable to God. A great scholar of Islam, Imam al-Ghazali, said that when you give in public, that can have the added benefit of motivating other people to give as well. And so in a public gathering, it is afdal or more beneficial for you to give it in public rather than to give it secretly. So this Feed the Deed movement is actually working on that principle that some deeds are better done in public so that you motivate others to do those deeds as well. But I would encourage those people who do such things in public to also do some good deeds in private, deeds that are known only between you and God. So that at the end of the day you are satisfied that you didn't do good only because you wanted to show other people.
You don't want to fall in the trap of doing things for social status, right?
Exactly, because the ultimate hope of the Muslim is to please God. We want God to be pleased with us. And there is a continuous warning against riyā or show. Sometimes people pray to show others that, you know, look how good I am, I'm praying,
They'll
right?
pray slower and better
Yes,
when other people are watching.
Yeah, but then that raises the question, are you praying because you love God so much? Or are you praying because you love yourself so much and you want other people to love you and to see that you are, to praise you and to glorify you? And there's always this danger of doing, you know, if you know that somebody is watching you, you pray more conscientiously. There's always that danger. But are you praying, did you start praying because you want people to see you? I mean, so you have to always keep checking your intention about this. When it comes to altruistic deeds, helping others, that should be done solely for the pleasure of God or solely for the sake of the deed itself, knowing that, look, this is a good thing and that's me, I must do good. That's what I'm about. I'm going to do good, regardless of whether anybody sees me or knows me, or even gives me the credit for that. I'll just do it because that's who I am, and that's what I want to do.
At the same time, I want to give credit to this guy who came forward with this idea, because he was fighting against a movement that was pretty horrible and had pretty horrible effects. People were drinking large amounts of alcohol, posting the video and challenging their friends to outdo them. So this is an individual who turned the idea into something good. So, you know, despite the fact that, you know, it isn't anonymous and they are competing publicly, it does have a good effect.
Yes, and in fact the Quran encourages such healthy competition between communities. The Quran says in the 5th chapter, the 48th verse, فَاسْتَبِقُوا الْخَيْرَاتِ, race with each other in doing good deeds. So we should have communities competing in doing good deeds, as we have inter-school tournaments of all kinds. We have international Olympic games. We should have competitions in giving and in being charitable. Let's have a competition. Let's take parts of, let's say, Africa and say, okay, I'll feed that nation. Which nation will you feed? And encourage each other to do good things like this. And even at the individual level, we compete in the Olympics. In the Quran, there is an interesting verse that says, وَفِي ذَلِكَ فَلْيَتَنَافَسِ الْمُتَنَافِسُونَ, and for that paradise, let the competitors compete. So we should compete in doing good things. It is known that the companions of the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, used to compete with each other in giving charity. They want to give, each one wants to give more than the other. And that in the end is beneficial for society. But at the same time, we're being forewarned, don't give your charity only for the sake that other people should know about it. Otherwise, we're warned by example of the example of the man who will be called on the day of judgment, and he will say, well, I did all of these great deeds for your sake, God. And God will say, well, no, you didn't do it for me. You did it because you wanted people to know that you're a generous man. So you already got your reward, and there's no reward with me for you here today, because you already got what you desired, which was the name and fame.
We have all these billionaires these days who are donating but putting their name to the donation. What are your thoughts on that?
So again, there has to be a balance. Like, put up that hospital wing, have your name on it, because if the name wasn't on there, people may think this is government funded, it has nothing to do with me, no individual has to do anything, the government does it all. They see a name there, they say, oh, some individual donated that, maybe I can donate something, maybe not the whole hospital wing, but maybe a piece of equipment that will be used for the benefit of other individuals in the hospital. Or I can do some other charitable deeds. Some people are doing great things with their money. Let me do something good with mine as well. At the same time, do some charitable deeds on the side that is only between you and God. And so that at least you can say was not tinged with any sort of expectation of name and fame. It was not done for any other reason but solely to please my Creator.
All right, we'll leave it at that. We will take a break, and when we return, we will answer questions we receive from you, our viewers.